Alright, welcome back everybody. We are going to go into match number 3, after which we will have a longer lunch break for everyone. Nami right now is taking a break themselves. So I'm just going to have a little look-sees into our gameplay cam, where we already see the next players setting up. I believe... let me just check that out real quick. Because I believe we have Reanimator versus Red Deck Wins. I'm just not entirely sure who is on what. I think... it's Lewin Keller versus Steffen Gottschalk. Let me just check which one is who's who. Lewin und Steffen. Ja, perfekt. Hab's, danke. Alright. So on the top side we have Steffen Gottschalk, who is going to be piloting Mono Red Aggro. Red Deck Wins. Red Deck Wins, classic deck of the format. You play small creatures that cost a little mana, but hit very hard, and you back that up by playing burn spells. So spells that deal direct damage to the player's face. On the other side of that, we have Lewin on Reanimator. Reanimator, the boogeyman of the format, if you will. Hey Nami.
Yep.
Just talking about the different decks that we're seeing. We're seeing Red Deck Wins against Reanimator.
Yeah, I think that's a straight blue-black Reanimator.
Oh, it's straight blue-black. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So, Reanimator deck... one second, I need to tell them to have a card, life tracker.
They do. It's just off-screen, I guess, but yeah, you can tell them.
Yeah, setup and stuff. This is setup?
No, they get extra time because the guy's in the bathroom. And it doesn't come out of ground time.
Alright. We have a question in chat if anybody is on Jeskai this tournament. Yeah, definitely. I know for sure one person. I think 2 people are on Jeskai. If that is your kind of poison, we also have a bunch of Grixis gamers. And some blue-red tempo as well. But yeah, I think Jeskai definitely represented as well. We're just getting into the next round here. As Galen was saying, we have blue-black Reanimator on the side of Lewin, and then on the other side we have Red Deck Wins. I guess you still have to edit.
Yeah, I'm still on the whole editing.
We got to get the scores as well in.
Yeah, which they're both 2-0, I assume.
Is there a dredge deck in the field? I just want to see it perform once. I am a dredger by heart. Want to see if it's possible to play in Highlander. Well, let me tell you, I have possibly the perfect person on commentary here with me, Gerion, known for dredge. That's one of his babies. But I actually don't think I saw a dredge deck in here. I think the closest thing to that kind of degeneracy is 5-color Living End from Benjamin.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of degeneracy in that direction, but Dredge, I don't think is on the field at all. I have been tinkering also a lot with Dredge. I really, really, really love Dredge. I think that it's tough. It's a tough position for Dredge, just because everybody is playing graveyard interaction.
Yeah, definitely.
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
And Dredge is a deck that can get through a lot of graveyard interaction. Lewin, what's
Keller?
his nuts? Keller.
No, wait. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think it's Lewin Keller. But check, please. And he's on Ubi Reanimator. Nice.
That's right.
So with Dredge, yeah, right. Red Deck Wins only plays red deck.
Red Deck Wins does only play red deck.
Red.
I think somebody else is on Red's Best or something as well, which
Red's Best.
Red Deck Wins.
Yeah, I also have some thoughts on different iterations of red deck wins. But first, back to Dredge. I think that it's a beautiful, beautiful deck because it, similarly as our previous round, where you have a lot of recursion in Ruin Your Evening, in Dredge, you grind out people so hard. It is so annoying.
Yeah.
But you don't have that great of a game against combo.
On Dredge? Yeah, I guess it's a bit too slow. Huh?
Like you exactly.
I mean, Dredge truly preys on like mid-range.
For sure. So, and I mean, we don't have a lot of combo in the field today.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, very, very fair overall.
Exactly.
People showed up here today and they said, "Let's play some rounds of Magic the Gathering. Let's not play Solitaire." I can play Minesweeper on my PC anytime I want, but today I'm trying to interact with my opponent, and I like that. I appreciate that. I think that makes for great games.
It does make for great games. Me personally, I want to see someone build a gun out of IKEA Legos and shoot someone in the face with it. But you know, different strokes.
To each their own, yes.
To each their own. Also, we are in match. I need to update this.
This is match 3 now.
Match 3. I also didn't update the game number at all.
How dare you?
Also, would you mind pulling up the Excel sheet on your...
I am literally just doing that.
Awesome. Next time, when I'm playing, I'll be bringing Dredge.
When you're playing, what do you mean? We're on forever commentary now.
We are on forever. No, next weekly, because I do wanna iterate on the Dredge deck a bunch more. I think that full on Super Dredge actually just isn't viable. The variant that I'm playing plays a lot more like mid-rangey threats.
Gotcha.
And I think that is like the direction to go. Somebody called it drive-through at Wendy's or Wendy's at all. I think that's a hilarious deck name.
Okay, we're rolling for first. Looks like we're getting into it. I saw an 8 and 2 8s, I guess. That's a 6 for Steffen and 7.
Okay,
so
this is a really important dice roll.
Yes, 100%. The deck that starts, probably red deck, I think is a deck where it's kind of built around the idea of when I'm on the play, I win the game.
Yeah.
And the games where I'm not on the play, I really have to work for it.
Yeah.
So maybe I can talk a bit about red deck wins.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So it's a very linear strategy, I think, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a that's probably a smart call if you're going to a tournament and playing for 10 hours or something. Having a deck where you're just playing all of the red threats that are cheap and say haste on the card. You're playing every 2 power attacking thing for 1 mana. You're playing every 3 power attacking thing for 2 mana with haste. You've got bolts to go to the face to finish the deal off. You've probably got like a Price of Progress in there to really get them. You know, those decks that are on like 4 or 5 color lands. And yeah, you're just trying to pump damage as quickly as possible and hope that your opponent doesn't play a Barrel Goyf because you can't remove it.
You cannot remove
And we have got a hand showing from Lewin that looks like I saw a Mystical Tutor, Force of Negation. He's definitely got a good setup.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I think he wanted to see us because I think like the whole idea of the dice roll is right. Red deck wins, an aggressive deck, explosive, wants to go into your face really quickly.
Yeah.
Reanimator, also really fast.
Talk about Reanimator.
So Reanimator, with Reanimator, you want to discard big idiots into your graveyard and then cast spells that say return any idiot from your graveyard into play. Turns out there have been some insane cards printed.
Idiots, yeah.
Insane
Giga
idiots. Giga even. And so the prime targets here are a Truxa, a card that is really big.
Draws like 6 cards.
And draws you like 6 cards. We'll see it when we'll see it. We have Archon of Cruelty, who lets your opponent or has your opponent sacrifice, and you draw and you gain life and all that jazz.
The camera's not focused.
Yeah, the camera's not focused, but that's fine.
It'll focus.
And so...
Trying to identify, is that a Soulscar Mage, maybe?
It's a Soulscar Mage, for sure.
And a Mystical on turn 1.
Mystical on turn 1 for Entomb. So the Reanimator package asks you for 3 things. Actually, it asks you for 2 things. It asks you for a big idiot in your graveyard and a reanimation spell.
Yeah.
Usually how you get those idiots into your graveyard is you draw them and then you have a discard spell. So the setup is 3 cards. You have a big reanimation target, you have a discard spell, and you have a reanimation spell. The power of Entomb is that it is 2 of those 3 combo pieces in one. Because what Entomb does, it finds a big idiot and puts it into your graveyard. And so with that...
Possibly the best card in this deck.
It is the actual literal best card in your deck. Because, you know, the reanimation spells are a dime a dozen. There are a bunch now.
Inquisition here. We have a chance to see the hand.
We see Screaming Nemesis, Magus of the Moon, something Ronin, and 2 lands.
That's an Arena of Glory.
Arena of Glory.
So probably the hope for Steffen here is get to 3 mana, Slava Blood Moon, and hope that at that point Lewin hasn't made a big thing come back yet. But probably not going to live that dream here because we do have that. I mean, for one, Lewin can take the Blood Mage.
He is taking the Screaming Nemesis.
The Screaming Nemi.
I agree with this because...
what's your problem with Nemi?
Like, first of all, I love Nemi. But when you're screaming, you become impossible to handle.
That's true.
Especially because I can't gain life anymore.
Yes.
And so...
I love when my opponents can't gain life.
Exactly. And I think that one of the powers of Reanimator in this matchup is that a lot of your big idiots that you return to the battlefield have lifelink or gain you life. So that you get out of reach of... What is happening?
I'm not sure.
He put it into play as if he countered the spell with the Ronin, but no, Ronin just goes back to his hand. That was a funny interaction. There's the Archon.
Okay, interesting. Not going for the Atraxa, which is of course a big life linker. The Archon does also gain life,
but also makes the opponent sacrifice a creature.
Makes the opponent sack
and discard a card.
I mean, I think Steffen doesn't really care about sacrificing a 1-drop or something.
Yeah.
But definitely an Archon. We saw his hand. Yeah. It's not like Steffen is on Flame Slash plus a Lightning Bolt or something to take care of that Archon. So
there's life death.
Life death. Yeah, he's gonna pay more than retail for that Reanimate. That death part of the card gonna come in handy here to pay. Is that 8 life? I think to get back the Archon of Cruelty. He's gonna gain 3 life, get to draw a card. And on the other side, Steffen has to sack a creature, lose 3 life, and discard a card?
Correct. So you have a 6 life swing, you have a 2 card swing, and you Steffen lost a creature. Levin
We've got to call in chat that it's over. Well, it is definitely looking very dire for Steffen. I don't think we're looking at an instant concession here. He's probably going to try and fight for a couple more turns. If he does find removal for this Archon, I mean, then we might have a game on our hands because Lewin did start by he mysticaled, so he's down a card from that. Then he did get to Inquisition, so that goes 1 for 1, but generally red deck, extremely redundant deck. Happy to trade its resources 1 for 1 as long as it advances the game plan. Yeah. And so as long as Steffen does find a way of actually removing that Archon, we might be looking at a game here, but it's definitely he's got like 1 or 2 turns,
like Chain Lightning into Lightning Bolt.
He's gaining life as well. Like it's definitely rough. Plus, we did see
We start with a Rift Bolt. We be suspended. So
I think that force of negation is going to be probably
that's also truly in the hand. This game
ruining the dreams of Steffen.
It's truly like very, very.
Very over. Very over. With commentator vision, I think we know that that this one is in the bag for Lewin.
I mean, not just yes, we saw the negation, but like, what do you even do? What do you even do? Like,
we've got a suggestion in chat to drop out and go eat shawarma from Steffen.
Yeah. No, but I agree. I think honestly. It's close to lunchtime, so
it is close to lunchtime, yeah.
So
if you are in the area and looking for a place to get lunch, you can hit up the ramen store.
Yeah, like, I mean that's gonna be my plan. I'm really up for sure for getting ramen in a bit.
You are wearing the tabi today, or what are those?
I am wearing the tabi today.
Yeah, very ramen of you.
You also see how focused we are on the match, just because like.
I mean, yeah.
He's trying He just got his Rift pulled exile,
yeah.
but there's the concession.
There's the concession. And I mean now, so this is the chance where if he doesn't start swinging Steffen on this next game, if we don't get like a turn 1 Goblin Guide into turn 2 something relevant, like obviously like the other thing about RDW is not on any graveyard hate per se. I think there could possibly be like a Soul Guide Lantern in there or something, but for the most part you accept that this matchup is a wash. I think you try and hope to dodge it. Yeah. And in and of itself, good call. Not so much combo this event like we were talking about. So just unfortunate that he did end up getting paired into the Reanimator match there. But I think definitely hoping to high roll here, and then just hope that on in game 3, Lewin is gonna stumble
on the draw.
Might be able to land like I don't know. Ancient Tomb plus Chromog's Magus of the Moon on turn 1. Something like that is I think what you need. And probably, honestly, you have to mulligan aggressively to find a hand that does something in this matchup. You can't just be on, on turn 3 I'm going to play my Broadside Bombardiers. Like, a card that in every other matchup is like, insane.
Whoa! And here it's just
against
like,
Reanimator,
what are you doing? Let's see. I'm very curious to maybe get Lewin in later after this match.
Have a little chat,
Yeah, have a little chat because I'm very curious about Reanimator in general. Reanimator being one of the premier decks of the format, and we have another player I think on it with Yannick.
Yeah, he's on the 4-color Oath version though, which is slightly different.
And that's what I'm curious to hear. Curious to hear Lewin's take on why he took blue-black. Because I'm personally also a big blue-black fan. I like the speed of it. I like the consistency of it. You don't have the oops. You lose cards like Balance and Oath, which are indeed not fair.
Okay.
Not okay. Both not okay Magic cards.
But that's the beauty of playing a European Highlander. You're not playing with Black Lotus, but you can go Oath of Druids into an Atraxa or something like that. You can play Balance on turn 2 or 3, and if you've played a couple of artifacts before that, make your opponent discard and sack everything.
I think I played against Yannick with my Artifact BattleBots deck, and I grinded through his Oath of Druids. That was so hilarious.
Possible.
It is, or I think I grinded through 4 Oath activations and then lost anyways. But that was a really fun matchup. Beautiful. And I think
is it as good as oathing into Jadi Offshoot though? Do you think? I was playing,
which is what you did. Yes.
I was playing Abzan lands for a couple of weeklies, and I multiple times got to live the dream of my opponent playing Oath of Druids for me, which was also in my deck, and I got to Oath into Jadi Offshoot.
That's not a. I didn't see a land. So maybe one land. But I saw Fig of Destiny. I saw.
Looks like he's going down to 6.
I saw Magus of the Moon. Yeah.
Deciding to keep. It does feel rough. It does feel rough already.
In general. Yeah, it already feels like you're losing.
Like
you don't have a haster.
He does not have a haster on turn 1. I mean, figure is something that you level up, and again, just attacking for 2 here.
But there is a Magus of the Moon in hand.
Yeah,
I have seen that, and so
beautiful mountains, by the way.
Okay, so
just
we don't
have to consider. Okay.
We don't have any hand attack yet by Lewin.
Hoping to surveil away a big dude here.
Okay,
what did he hit? That's a Stitch Together?
Stitch Together, exactly. Just a reanimation spell, which goes to the yard.
Chad is once again calling that it's over. Quiet down.
Because but he also has a basic swamp.
Gotta believe in Steffen.
He does. Lewin has a basic swamp.
Oh, he has a basic swamp? I mean, swamp is for sure the one that you are more interested in having in this matchup than a basic island.
Arena of Glory, now a big 3-drop.
Okay. What are we getting here? Is it going to be the Magus and smack in for 4?
What is our dream? Because Magus, whatever, right?
I mean, I think Screaming Nemesis is actually a legitimate threat if it does get to activate, or if it does get to trigger its ability. But I think for that one, maybe honestly, you'd play that on 4 and then shock it or something in response if they try to kill it. Just to be able to...
Because I think he is he exerting? No. He's still deciding.
Thinking about it, but it feels like you have to exert.
I mean, he could be pumping. No, there's
That is
Lelia.
a
Oh my
Lelia,
god!
Lelia. There you go.
Fucking god!
They're so good. If he hits
I'm
Chromox
awesome.
now, oh my god! I cycle the not cycle, but discard the Harvester of Misery. So to put a reanimation thing in the bin. Wow. Okay, this is looking dire once again for Steffen.
So just to talk about Mire of Misery, because that is a new card, and
Harvester.
maybe Harvester of Misery.
Harvester. Of
Sure.
Misery.
It's a 5 mana 5/5 that when it enters
It's
all
a 5 mana 5/4.
and all creatures get -2/-2.
Yes.
And when it enters, but more importantly,
massacre worms.
you can discard it for 2 mana, and then at instant speed give any creature -2/-2.
Yes.
So usually what the play pattern with Lelia is: you play it, you attack,
Imperial Seal,
you get a +1/+1 counter on it. So you're very Gucci. You have a 3 toughness card that cannot be killed by things like this.
Yeah.
But Lewin had the 2 mana open in order to not even give Steffen a single card from that Lelia.
Yeah, absolutely. Do it before the Lelia gets big, and that in one fell swoop has again put something to reanimate in his bin, which is now going to be able to kill that.
Oh, and there's persist.
Yeah, to kill that Figure of Destiny. We're getting back the Harvester of Misery, which does come in with a -1/-1 counter.
So it has 3 toughness.
It does have 3 toughness, is boltable, so definitely not completely out of it, but it's going to be another big swing here for sure.
It's gonna eat the Figure of Destiny. Nom, 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 nom.
Somebody asking if Luca is playing. Let me just check the deck list.
I don't.
It doesn't look like we have a Luca registered.
Oh, did you also organize by alphabet in the end?
Yeah, we
Great.
sorted.
Yeah, nice.
Sorted.
You sorted it out.
Sorted that B. By the way, what is this?
Also, sorry, just one thing. If you touch this, it'll make noise in the thing.
Oh.
Just in general. Just like try not to. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try.
Bump it. It's fine. It does have a suspension, so it's like not super bad. Just I think.
All right. Bit of a low rider.
Right, a low rider. Sorry, you were saying.
Oh, I was just wondering about the strips on the side of our gameplay vision there. If
Yeah, I guess
those
we can
serve any
even-
purpose, or
No,
also if
they-
we could drag this slightly down so that it's aligned.
Drag what down?
No,
names?
the camera. You see, it's not. What is he doing? Oh, he's going crazy.
Okay.
I shouldn't have said anything.
You shouldn't have said anything.
Okay,
Show
in
and
the
tell?
meantime, a show and tell. Wow.
We have
okay.
an Ankh of Mishra,
Ankh
which is baller. Tell us what Ankh of Mishra does.
Ankh of Mishra, I believe it does 2 damage whenever a player plays a land to that player.
Beautiful.
We get a show and tell for a Magus of the Moon and an Archon of Cruelty that immediately
my
dies.
God.
Oh,
This is just disgusting.
This is brutal. This is a shellacking, an absolute
Slobber knocker.
absolute destruction from
Yeah.
Reanimator here. And probably somebody was calling it in chat as well. 80-20 matchup, and
Yeah.
definitely if you look at a match like this, it feels like it does feel like you gotta like probably your best bet this matchup is if you're on red deck wins open with something like
No.
Ancient Tomb, Chromox.
Win the
or-
die roll.
You win the die roll. That's
Number one, which
Then
he already lost.
You
so.
hit them with Ragavan to like hit their Thoughtseize and
and then
take
they're
away
there
their-
reanimate also.
Yeah.
Right, hit their Thoughtseize to get their Archon into bin,
Yes.
and then hit them
you
again
hit them
for
again.
the reanimation spell.
That's it.
That's
okay,
how you do
we've
it.
cracked the code.
We cracked the code of the
we
matchup.
see through the matrix.
The
Alright, beautiful.
other
Now
thing,
we
the
can
other
see more
thing-
of the background as well. It's just
the other thing you do as Steffen is take the L.
you take the L, yeah,
And then just
definitely. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
couple of options. We have somebody coming in right now.
When you voice space.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of options. I mean, like I said, you try and dodge the matchup. If you do have the matchup, you try and win the die roll. You know, possibly have your opponent shanked beforehand. And what we have a profane tutor.
I love the
Oh,
suspend and
God.
profane tutor as if the game continues.
Yeah.
For 2 more turns.
Yeah. That Ankh of Mishra is hurting Steffen more so than it is hurting Lewin at this point as well.
Yeah.
I mean, did get to deal with that Harvester of Misery,
There
but
is
yeah,
the handshake.
there's the handshake and concession.
I think profane tutor is a bit a BM, but I think it's very funny.
Shall we get Lewin in here for an interview?
Let's ask him. And make some space.
Yeah,
we need way more space.
Will. Yeah, of course. Make myself slim. I'll scooch on in here. And yeah, as we expected, this matchup was kind of a wash. Definitely hugely favoring the UB Reanimator, and yeah, Monored didn't really get to show its legs there. And let's see if we can get Lewin in here for a word. And it looks like he's gonna be here in a bit, just sorting out his deck and picking up his cards, and yeah, making sure not to I don't know, have too much of a winning smile on his face.
I mean, he still has another 3 rounds to go. Oh, we're now completely in this corner. Yeah.
You could sit there for a second till he comes in.
Yeah.
Should we put him in the middle then?
Yes.
Like a little arm around situation?
Yes, for sure.
All right.
I mean, he is on the best deck.
On the best deck,
He is 3-0. So will we see him in the top 8?
I think in general, like, maybe that's an interesting question. Where do you see the meta right now? Like, what do you think are the top decks floating around? Because I think it's, at least within our local meta, very clear that Reanimator is one of the decks to beat. Everybody is on like 10 graveyard hate cards.
Yeah, literally because Reanimator exists. I mean, also because of all the...
Also because of incidental stuff from other decks, but definitely Reanimator is the one that you have to stop. And you know, if on the side you get to...
Digga. Is this
What the fuck?
We're doing it in English, is that fine with you?
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I will just sit down now.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. You also have to say.
Yeah, I know. We have
don't worry.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, we got the mic here, and we'd like to hear your thoughts on that matchup. Of course, how did it go for you? Looked pretty good.
Yeah, so matchup is like really insane for me. First big thing is I won the die rule, so it was like literally 0 chance for him, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true. That felt very rough.
If he wins the die roll, it's like still very good, but he can sometimes like steal some games on the play.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, it was pretty lucky. I mean, I had a better than average draw.
Yeah, I saw that. That was a beautiful start in there.
Both games, yes. Game 1 Entomb, Mystical, right?
And the big thing is like with this draw, I could I had the option to like find my best reanimation spell against him. And I mean, like sometimes
reanimation target. Also.
Yeah, of course. And this is like the thing, right? Sometimes the deck goes like you just draw a normal fatty and discard it.
You're like, oh.
And then it's like a random fatty. But when I have tutors and like this, I had the Archon already on the hand and drawn the Imperial Seal from the top. That was crazy, right?
That was interesting that in game 1 you went for the Entomb Archon and not for an Atraxa, for example. What was the thinking there?
So the thing is, it's like a bit 50-50, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to play Dead, so the card Dead, and I took like 8 life from it. So the Archon instantly gave me life.
Yeah.
So I went back to 15, and he's like a fast finisher, right? So if you place any creatures, they get removed by themselves.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if it's typical, but sometimes you play, for example, Caracas in Mono Red.
Yeah.
Sure,
It's not that typical, but why not play around it, right?
That's very smart. Okay.
So
I would not have thought of that. Yeah.
And it has like instant impact on the battlefield. So if he has like double removal for my creature, I already discarded him a card. He sacked a creature. I gained life. I draw another card. So that's like the.
So you are on blue-black Reanimator, as opposed to Yannick, for example, who is on Oath Reanimator with 4 colors. Where do you think blue-black, or your list specifically, how is it special, different?
So for me, I'm like really consistent with my land base.
Yeah.
I don't take a lot of damage from my land base. And I'm good against land base hate. So, for example, I'm good against Wasteland. I'm good against any moon type of.
That Magus of the Moon, right? You
doesn't matter against me, right?
You already had the Swamp.
That's also like another big big thing for this matchup. That's a matchup that's so nice for me because he really doesn't have like any good cards.
Yeah.
For example, I mean,
That's true.
he also has like Mono Red is like a deck. You have like, for example, Blood Moon is sometimes winning the game on his own, right?
Yeah.
You just have to draw Blood Moon against the right deck, or like Magus of the Moon, whatever. But these cards are not good against me. That's also like, and I think, for example, against what's his name, Yannick, yeah. If he doesn't have the chance to play around, I mean, if he can play around, he would obviously play around Blood Moon. But if he doesn't have the chance, sometimes like these cards are like the get him card, right? You just nice Blood Moon instant win.
Exactly. I've had that experience for sure when I was playing on the when I was on a 4-color Reanimator list, and it was just like my opponent exactly did that, and I was like, okay, I'm so good in this matchup, I should be winning this like 100-0, but then that one card I'm like, okay.
Also, I would say like the blue-black deck is faster than the 4-color.
More turbo.
Yeah, but at the end, the 4-color deck is like better to this mid-range control piles because he has like a lot of value cards, a lot of good cards they're winning on his own.
That's maybe a question for you is, this was a very favorite matchup for
you.
Yeah. What are you kind of hoping to dodge today? Is it is it the other Reanimator deck that's a bit...
Yeah, I would say this because, I mean, normally if I reanimate something, it doesn't matter because he can reanimate as well, so he can also do broken stuff.
Yeah. Sorry. No worries.
And he has like the better cards to disrupt me. So for example, he can play Teferi, he can play different cards that are good against him.
Yannick is on a full-on mid-rangey.
Yeah.
Like I played a 4-color Oath list that was more similar to yours than to Yannick's because I played blue-black straight and then splash for Enlightened Tutor, Balance, Oath, and Mystical. Sorry, not Mystical.
Cosmic Rebirth. He's also playing.
He's playing Cosmic Rebirth for the
Wow.
Entomb, Oath, Cosmic Rebirth.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
And he's also playing the Green Tutor.
What is it called?
What is his name?
Worldly Tutor?
Yeah, Worldly Tutor.
That's also what I splashed for mine because Worldly Tutor
It gets
Fnatic.
Fan,
is beautiful.
You can also do some sweet stuff with it. For example, you can fetch for Surveillant in there at step, and with the trigger on the stack, you cast Worldly Tutor, and it's like Entomb. You can just instantly mill the creature into the grave.
Surveillance, man.
Yeah,
so
they're like.
So with
Also, like this deck profits so much from Surveillance, right?
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I think that was the thing. Sorry, get
Go
to you
ahead.
in a sec, but Surveillance, like when they came out like a year ago, I think most people were thinking of like, okay, you put it in like Reanimator or decks that really care about the graveyard, but it just turns out it's good in every deck to have like
of course.
a consider on demand basically.
Yeah. Of course.
Do you play any off-color Surveillance?
You mean that are not in my colors? So I play the blue-black, the white-black, and the green-blue.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get as much Surveillance in my deck as I can.
Could you
can afford.
technically hardcast Atraxa with that?
Yes.
Nice.
For example. That's also like a thing that it's good for. And I think I already hardcasted it once. Not today, but like one game I was hardcasting it. Yeah, that's also a big thing, right? And back to your original question. What I want to dodge, I would say, is like counter control. Counter combo, something like this. For example, Scape Shift.
Yeah.
They can disrupt me early and then try to win off Scape Shift.
How's your Delver matchup, do you think? Like, there's a bunch of Grixis Tempo kind of list floating around.
I know some players that are playing it today, and it's okay, but most of the time, I mean, like the first and second counter spell, most of the time are not hurting you because you have like enough recursion, enough draw, and you play like a lot of cheap removal spells. So, for example, if he plays like good creatures or like small creatures, I can play my removal spell, and then he's like, oh, should I counter this? I mean, it's stopping his clock, so maybe I counter it because. And then if you counter this, I have another normal reanimate spell, for example, who already he like put a counter spell on. And big thing in this tempo decks are they have like a lot of bad draws. I mean, all the lightly cost removal is like pretty bad against me, like Lightning Bolt, Unholy Head, etc. That's all like really bad against me.
Yeah.
So they can easily draw like bad cards. So that's also a favorite matchup for me.
So with the matchups, who do you have on your list as players? Who do you want to beat today? Like which players do
Any
you...
spite wins?
Yeah, probably Johnny, I would say, because last time in the top 8 I lost to him and I drawn like really bad. But
surely he's on his like 5-color scape shift.
Yeah, I think so too. That's, for example, a matchup I don't want to play. It's like as I said, it's
I don't
like,
think anybody wants to play that matchup.
Yeah.
That's it?
Feared player.
That's it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then, Lewin?
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for having
Thanks.
me.
Yeah.
Have a
Good
good
luck
time?
in your games.
Yes,
For sure.
of course.
I have to
win one more, then I could draw, I think.
Oh, I see. Drawing to top 8?
Yeah, of course. Why should I play?
You're just
You know,
collecting the buys.
You're just collecting the buys. Right.
Können wir gerade an dem Tisch da sitzen?
Klar, könnt ihr machen.
Wenn wir live gestreamt.
Könnt ihr
Yeah.
machen.
Okay,
Alright,
bye
see you later.
All right. Lovely interview there.
Lovely interview.
I love that the man had so many thoughts on the matchup as well. You got to give credit. Like he definitely had it all picked out, and he was like, "Okay, I'm dodging these people, I'm beating these people, and like every matchup is favored."
I mean, it's funny. I think his thoughts on the mono red was the funniest because it's like, it's already 99-1 or whatever, and then he's like, okay, I'm trying to dodge
Blood
no, the random Caracas that some RDW player, and
The feared RDW with the expedition map for Caracas. It's okay. You can sack it to gut when you don't need it. You know.
Exactly. You can sack the Caracas of the expedition map to get.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And I think he made the good point of like the big deck that he's scared of facing is 4-color scape shift.
Sure. Yeah.
And you asked me which are the good decks in the format, and it is to me Reanimator and 4-color scape shift.
5-color, I think, scape shift.
Is he on 5-color?
But
One second.
he's on everything.
He's on
That
everything.
man always draws like everything.
All the cards.
I'm pretty sure he's on Spearmint plus Orcish Bowmasters. I think he's on all 5 colors. Wait, we can just check.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
He's on 5-color scape shift.
He's on 5-color scape shift. There you go. Because I think the other decks you have the Grixis Tempo lifts. You have lists. Actually, what is interesting is Lewin said he's scared of facing scape shift.
Yeah.
Johnny, I asked about what is his most scared matchup, and Johnny said he's scared of Reanimator.
Interesting.
And I think
Okay.
I think he probably thinks more about Yannick's Reanimator, which I can see. That makes more sense because Yannick's Reanimator plays a bit more value oriented, can deal better with like the scape shift combo. Maybe.
I mean, the thing with like scape shift as well is right. If you're playing this like turbo against this turbo Reanimator list, maybe they get like a turn 3 Archon or whatever.
Yeah.
It like puts them a bit out of reach, but they are still with like paying the cost to reanimate and stuff. Like they're definitely very value-cuttable.
I guess it's maybe not about the combo, but rather about the time from, because it's a control deck.
Yeah.
Right. It's like a combo control deck where
The scape shift.
Scape shift, correct. I guess also Reanimator in a sense, but Reanimator is way more like a tempo.
Yannick's maybe. Yannick's is like oath control kind of, I think is what he calls it.
Yeah?
But,
Funny.
Yeah,
It's a
I
weird
definitely
list,
wouldn't
yeah.
call Levin's deck control. Like it has some counter spells, but those are pretty much just to destroy hate that he can't beat. Something like a Dothy Voidwalker.
Yeah.
I mean, he also has removal for that. But I
And he
think
has
mostly
discard,
he's
but
like
the
trying
discard,
to force through his stuff.
Exactly. No, you're right. It's more like it's more control in the sense of like Grixis tempo being control.
Sure.
In the sense of
in the sense that every deck is like tempo mid-range control.
I guess, yeah. No, I think that's what Johnny is more scared of, like the more the Reanimator deck that can combo earlier, but has game against all of these has game against all of these removal spells.
Gotcha.
Like both can combo early, but also can continue playing when the prismatic ending comes, or when the flash enchantment that exiles anything. Like when those cards come, the reanimation deck isn't just like, oh, I just traded a little bit and now I'm starting again, but rather with a Yannick's deck, you're like, okay, well, cool, here's an Oath.
Yeah.
Or here's an Balance. You have how many lands? Haha, 2. So
I think maybe interesting we could like look at the general like trend in decks that have been brought to the table.
Sure.
For this event. So
Okay.
We don't have I think a easy way of really
Looking at it,
figuring out. But
I'm not good at Excel magic at all, so.
So yeah, I think just like from taking a quick look at it,
Yeah.
I see. So we've got a bunch
So
of
much red, holy shit.
Rakdos, and there's like 3 red deck wins, 3 Rakdos lists. So definitely pushing that archetype. We have a couple of blue-red tempos, blue-black tempo value as well in there. We have one player, of course, always representing mono black.
Yeah.
We've got Niklas.
We were very sad to have missed him round 1.
Yeah, very sad. He was in the feature match, but our tech setup wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
Playing his Suicide Black deck. We got a couple of Jund decks, a couple of Grixis tempos. We have only 2 Death and Taxes lists. 1 Hammer Time. That one has been doing very well for us as well.
That's Max again?
Yeah, that's Max.
Hell yeah.
He's been performing very well on that Hammer Time list.
Yeah. He also won a weekly with that for sure.
Yeah, I think he might have won 2 weeklies recently with that as well.
Yeah.
Then we have we have 2 people actually on 4-color blood. We've got some 4-color no green, 4-color old.
Just I guess, yeah.
And then 2 or I guess 3 Mavericks of the not Maverick the deck, but
Benjamin
we
is
have,
on actual living end.
artifact combo, 5-color artifacts. We have 5-color living end, and then the 5-color escape shift from Johnny. So I think like overall, kind of looking at this, obviously taking maybe a rough amalgamation of all the lists that we've seen, it definitely looks like mid-range aggros is the most mid-range tempo aggro are the most represented. I only saw like 2 hard control lists in there. There's one.
I think
only
maybe 15% of the field don't play red.
Yeah, red.
Dude.
Definitely the most represented. So get your Sanctifier on Vex if you had him, you know. Those would have been very good this weekend.
Get your Sanctifier
not that
Vex.
many people
on that
white,
Vex.
to be honest.
Damn. I think that's very interesting because it's not necessarily like, yes, we've seen a bunch of very good red cards printed recently and it's been on the rise, but it's like I'm maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not like I'm just not the aggro player.
You're not.
It's not. I don't understand.
You just cast your first initiative spell. I also can't play like red aggro or something where if they play a Barrogoyf, I'm just like.
Okay.
Like I need my black removal.
Yeah. Oh, it has 4 toughness.
Flame Slasher Bust.
Say or Char. My 3 mana.
I don't think the people are on Char anymore. Ghostfire Slice.
Dude, he was on Char. He was on Char.
Actual Char. Holy moly! I think we got to give out a Char award for that one. Like
Char award, yeah.
Steffen
Char award
to like maybe take it back to Steffen, who he had a super rough matchup going into this. We had established it was a very bad matchup, and then he lost the coin flip. Like you got to feel like that one's pretty much over before it even began. But I think for him, like looking at the field, his day is definitely not over. He started this 2-0. Like already a strong showing and got to play on coverage, unfortunately, against a deck that really spikes against him. But if he gets to play against something like we have that one blue-white control list floating around, or if he just gets to go against some like Grixis, Jeskai, Tempo, and he Blood Moons them or something, like that also really seals the deal, I think, then if they don't have that counter at exactly the right moment. And red aggro really preys upon that, and kind of interestingly also in that new version with Rakdos, which is more like mid-range, medium. It
well, that's also more interaction, like the Thought Seizes.
Exactly,
and stuff,
you have the Thought Seizes and stuff. So maybe I assume that Rakdos way better matchup into Reanimator, for example, but it doesn't win as quickly as just red deck wins.
Yeah. Safe. Ja, Mann, Digga. No, sorry, I was just reading someone.
You Fire Blasted
Team MM Brudi.
Dude, Fire Blasting Baragor,
It's
that has got to
whoa.
feel good as well.
Good?
You just have to make sure that you're not accidentally putting land
Lands
or
into-
instant into the graveyard as you're doing it.
Oh, that'd be also rough.
That would be so rough.
I'm curious. Like we've got like a little overview over the list of decks coming
Yeah.
in today. Which decks do you want to see?
What decks do I want to see?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
I have some that I want to see
you
for
have
sure.
some specific ones
but
that you want to see. Okay, I think it's great that we already saw Ruin Your Evening, even
Yeah.
though it did lose.
yeah, but it is. Yeah.
As you know, I'm a big John fan, so of course seeing any John list would make me extremely happy. We've got a
But
few
we-
of those.
Oh, we do have. Okay.
Yeah, we have I think 2 or 3 John
Yeah.
lists.
Yeah.
I think seeing the 5-color living end would also be just for camera would be very interesting to showcase that. I hope we dodge artifact combo. I don't need any of that in my life. Girian's gonna disagree with me here.
Yes, I definitely
Okay,
want that on coverage.
As your birthday present.
As a-
Let's get artifact combo on there.
My
if we
birthday is
can.
in November.
Belated.
Related, yeah.
Yeah. What are you sniping?
Yeah, for sure, artifact combo. I really
Yeah.
want to see. I'm very curious about the blue-white tempo list.
Blue-white tempo?
Yeah, what you call blue-white control, I think, is listed as blue-white tempo.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And I saw it. Maybe it was just Death in Texas. Like under UV tempo.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's also UV control.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm curious about blue-white control and/or tempo.
I mean, the artwork for this one is Terminus, so I'm thinking probably
yeah.
control.
That's what we're doing. I think. What else? Can you pull up the Excel sheet?
Oh, this is control.
Yeah, this is full on control. But there was a blue-white tempo list also.
Really? Okay.
I would be curious to see.
I don't see it now.
Okay.
Maybe they listed it differently between their deck list and the.
Right. I'm very curious about the Sultai lands list.
Ooh, that's right. We have a lands list. Okay, yeah.
Wait, can
definitely.
you stay on this real quick?
Sorry. Yes.
Just wanna scroll through it. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I would love to see Willy on camera. Just
Willy
because it's
deserves
Willy.
a
Willy
cam
needs-
game. Yeah, if he does well, that'd be
If,
nice.
if he isn't in top 8, you know. I do also
We
want to
have
see
one
Niklas.
Nadu Maverick list. That also sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Nadu Maverick. Okay, I'm guessing that's like 4-color, like band plus slight black splash for like a grist or something.
I don't even think you're on black for that. I mean, we can look at the list, but can we look at the list?
We can look.
We can look at the list.
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
All right. It is 5-color Cradle Hoof Nadu. Okay. What's the?
But what's the
fu-
Maverick part to me?
I
Like,
mean, so
is it
Ma-
oof?
Maverick Red is kind of an aggro value
Yeah.
lands package that
Yeah.
you put in. So I'm
Oh,
assuming that.
interesting.
So like my understanding of
Yeah.
Maverick, right?
I have a
as
completely
it comes
different
from-
one, but go
'cause
ahead.
You come from Legacy. So,
Exactly.
And I think when I think of Maverick and Legacy, I think of like Knight of the Reliquary, Wasteland, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
D&T plus green.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean that is what the lands package is in it to me. Is you have stuff that like
Recurse your wasteland.
recurs your wasteland. You might have something like a bit of the Phasmon stuff. Like he's playing crop rotation. You know, I mean he also has the cradle
Yeah.
to get with that. I'm sure that'll be more often than not the target. But wow, he's not on Ren in 6. Okay, I guess the red splash is too weak for that. But
But he
it's-
is on Morlog.
he is on White of the Reliquary, he is on Knight of the Reliquary. So I assume he's just trying to, loop Wasteland a bit as well and
Yeah.
get people with a big Elvish Reclaimer.
I think
or
that's
something.
interesting.
Smack him, just boom.
I would love to see Hammer Time.
Hammer
I think
Time,
Hammer
yeah.
Time is such a fun deck to watch because it's like a weird.
What's Hammer Time?
So Hammer Time. Stop. Hammer Time is a deck where you play red-white equipment, but you tune your red-white equipment list so that you play the artifact
Colossus Hammer.
Big Hammer.
Big as it is known.
Big Hammer, which is a 1-mana equipment that gives your creature +10/+10, and it loses flying. Problem is, it has equip for
8?
10, 8. And so you combine that with creatures that put the equip cost to 0, or enchantments that say when your equipment enters the battlefield, you just equip it instead.
Like a Sigarda's 8 or something.
Exactly, or you have
Pure Steel Paladin.
Pure Steel Paladin. You have also spells that equip.
Yeah.
Like inventory management, I think is a
Never heard of that card
So,
before in my life.
Fallout cards.
Oh, right.
And
Dude, pre-war formal wear. It's such a legit card as well.
For sure.
From Fallout.
For
I
sure.
love that artwork as well.
I love Fallout. I'm not sure if you.
New Vegas.
Yes, also I did enjoy Fallout 4 too. Actually, I think it was a very interesting game. I mean,
Go away.
Anyways, in Boris Hammer Time, you don't just want to have cheap, efficient beaters that get equipped with cheap, effective artifacts. You kind of want to combo out your opponent by putting a +10/+10 on one of the things and swing with double strike.
Yeah.
So that you just delete their life total.
It's build your own Meritlage.
It is. I like that. Build your own Meritlage.
The classic red-white Meritlage.
It is a really fun deck because it plays similarly to my Teamer Blitz list. That was really fun matchup to play with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No blitzers today, by the way.
no blitzers.
No blitzers. We do have red-green monsters as like the closest thing, but it's a different deck.
Yeah, no blitz in Germany.
No blitzers.
The idea with like the Hammer Time is that you really surprise your opponents. Like you can play an aggressive deck. You can play like I'm just hitting you for
It's
4
true,
every
yeah.
turn, and like that still gets you to places very well. But then sometimes your opponent is like, okay, I handled most of your aggressive stuff. You just have like a 1/1
I'm gonna
dude.
tap out for
Just
something.
yeah, I'm gonna play big thing, and then and then Max goes like, Inlighted Tutor, haste on the thing,
Yeah.
or like play a haste double.
Blacksmith.
Just stuff.
Whatever.
I have a haste artifact flying around, and suddenly it doesn't matter that I have no board because you still take 20.
That deck also benefiting from what Lewin was talking about, which is the Oops I Blood Moon you. That's definitely part of the experience at this event. Is like we were looking through the deck list. There's so many people on 3-color something, 4-color, or even 5-color, and getting Blood Moon is basically game over if you don't have that removal spell that can deal with the Magus or that disenchant or whatever, and you might be locked out of the colors. So people, you either kind of like when you go against a deck that you know has Blood Moon, you have to be fetching for basics, which is like as if they played the Blood Moon but they didn't even have to draw it. Feels awful.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
We've got a knocker.
We got a knocker. Namicha? Nein. Nein, einfach weil
Achso, shit, da ist ein Kabel drin.
das ist alles nicht so.
Okay, ja, dann geht's nicht.
Ja. Yeah, because so we were asked if we can refill the water.
Yeah. We can't.
But
because
we are the sink.
we got a little cable set up here. It's it's optimal, I would say. Our setup is optimal.
It's the best.
Move this a bit closer, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, now it's blocking my.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
You're
How are you
hungry,
feeling?
yeah. We got a few more rounds to get through until we get to top 8, but I think there's a break after this one. Is that
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Is that a 1 hour break? I think that's coming up. I believe we could check again with head judge Anna, but I think that it said that there would be a 1 hour break. So we'd be reconvening here at 15:30 Central European summertime.
That's us. Let me
Yes.
think about, because like how we are on schedule. Because
We're doing great on schedule.
Are we?
I'm so proud of us.
Yes, we did manage to get the stream running.
Yeah. Only missed 1 round.
Ach ja. So Willy posted somewhere. Yeah, there you go. This is what I posted. Yeah, we're actually pretty good on schedule. I think we're like 5 to 10 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Just as in tournament starts probably again at 3:30 ish.
That's what Anna announced.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
are we gonna get some ramen?
I'd love to get some ramen.
We're gonna get some ramen.
So we're gonna be heading out. please stay with us. We will be back in an hour.
Get your own ramen.
Get your own ramen.
Get your own ramen.
Get your own food.
Yeah, drink.
We don't have any.
Make sure you got enough coffee to get you through another 10 hours of gameplay.
Yes.
Is there going to be? Sorry, is there going to be a break between finishing the Swiss and top 8?
I
Maybe
don't
like
think
a
so.
little one? Okay.
Maybe a little one. Maybe a little one. Like I assume there will be a little one, but I don't
Yes.
think there's gonna be a big one.
So to recap, right? We just did 3 rounds of Swiss.
Yes.
We're gonna take an hour break.
Yes.
Then we're gonna do another 3 rounds of
Yes.
Swiss. Then maybe a little break.
Yeah.
Little breaky.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna do top 8.
And then we're gonna do top 8, and that top 8 is going to be happening around 7.
We'll see.
Let's see. We'll see.
You'll be here.
Exactly. You'll see. So thank you for staying with us, and I hope to see you later.
Yeah.
Good
see you
games.
soon.